pick up once more on a bitterly cold winter morning. It is the 20th of January, 1898, and three gentlemen of the London Esoteric Society are gathered together in the parlour of number 18 Grosvenor Square. There's a pot of tea on the table between them, and any other drinks that you would choose to consume. The drinks cabinet of whiskey, rum, port, sherry, Madeira, fortified wines of your choice are at your disposal. But I believe you have matters of semi-seriousness to discuss between you. What is it that the gentlemen are discussing this morning?
Well, how has everyone been, and have you had a chance to have your gemstones checked?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I did go to see the appraiser you'd mentioned.
Yeah, it seemed strange. I had mine checked. I was pretty sure it was a genuine one. It is real.
Mm-hmm.
But it does seem fairly valuable, but I'm not entirely sure what to do with it. I'm thinking of taking it to a jeweler and having it cut into a necklace and possibly giving it to my niece for her 18th in a couple of years. Just possibly, if there's any smaller bits of it, could be made into rings or something like that. But there's a possibility of turning it into a protective charm of some sort as well.
With the other ones that I have, do you have any need of them? I mean, I was going to sell them and donate proceeds to the Delaney's.
Might be interesting. I'm not sure. Don't know what their situation is. It's complicated. I think the husband might have been getting a bit suspicious of gentleman turning up and giving a large amount of money to his surgery and meeting with his wife.
It's perfectly above board. I mean, nothing was going on.
I know. I trust you in that, but yeah, I don't know what's going on there. But
the image is not the best one.
No, but she is very fond of him and him of her. I don't have any idea how their situation has come about, but they seem genuinely interested in doing good.
Mm-hmm. That's why I wanted to give them a little bit of help with.
There is that possibility, or
just drop it in their glass. They have like a donations.
Or you could always perhaps get, I don't know, some sort of charity auction type thing, raising money for like the Police Widows and Orphans Fund. May make yourself and the society look a little bit better if we do something along those lines. But
we're certainly not seen as any sort of suspicious group in the shadows lurking about.
Who knows?
I think it's probably better if we give it to if we donate it to the clinic, because if the fact that we found that, is a if there's more to it, right? If it's a real stone, but it's like more, then we probably shouldn't give those to somebody who doesn't know how to. You know what I mean?
Yes. Weird esoteric stuff. Strange
Indeed.
esoteric things, yes.
Did you examine the stones for any sort of, magical properties?
I don't know how to
supernatural.
Answer. I checked them out for myself. Well, I checked the one I had, and I could tell it was genuine, it was real, it's valuable, but I didn't get any. Remember the snake bracelet you had?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Oh, well, the society has. There's a difference in the feeling with that, isn't it?
Okay.
Compared to, I think, and we don't get that sort of feeling off these gemstones.
No.
So, I'm assuming these are okay if they're just normal gemstones.
I mean, as long as nothing happens, like when you rub the gemstone a few times, you're instantly portaled back into that realm.
Well, you could always give it a try if you want to pop back.
That's quite okay.
Or maybe wait 100 years, see what happens. I'm planning to make sure if there's enough information left for whoever's living in that house to be able to deal with it in 100 years. And
Maybe
to
I
make
could-
sure they've got the ritual that we had that allows it to be done with blood rather than a ritual sacrifice.
Perhaps we could have our great-grandchildren come back and examine the house.
You never know what may happen in 100 years. Very unlikely we'll still be about. But strange things happen.
Yes, kid.
There's a knock on the door of the parlour,
Silent.
and James sticks his head around the door. Sorry to disturb you, sirs. There is a young lady downstairs asking for the London Esoteric Society. Shall I show her up? She
Oh, by all means.
Yes.
seems quite upset.
Okay.
You hear James descending the stairs down to the hall. And a few moments later, he returns with a well-dressed but slightly distressed-looking young woman. Hmm. Probably in her 20s. early
Anyone we've
20s.
seen?
You make me a luck roll. Anyone who wants to see if they might have seen her. This is pure chance as to whether you have run into her or not.
No, we're not very lucky today.
Good.
I think we spent most of it last time.
Did anyone succeed?
No.
None of you recall seeing her before.
Good morning.
Sorry to call upon you so early. I'm sorry to disturb you. This is the London Esoteric Society?
Yes?
We are.
Yes. My name is Catherine Gladstone. No relation, at least not close.
How can we help you?
Well, you do. At least, you're a detective agency, aren't you? You solve murders, yes?
Of sorts.
More or
Something like
less. Murders that don't seem to make sense usually are what ends up our way.
Oh, well, I got your card of a friend who said you could solve murders.
Well, we can
Am I in
try.
the right place?
I believe so.
that. Yes. Yes, you are.
Oh,
We
very
should
well.
really introduce ourselves as well.
Sorry. Yes.
Sorry, no problem. I forget things sometimes. I'm just so comfortable here. Dr. Mortimer Davenport at your service.
Good to meet you.
And I extend my hand. John Greaves.
Maximilian Johnson.
Catherine Gladstone. I already said that, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm here about my brother, Charles Gladstone. He has been murdered, and well, at least they seem to think it's a murder. Well, they seem to think it was a murder at first, and then they said it wasn't a murder. A terrible accident, they said.
What leads
Police,
you to
that
think
is.
how do you feel about it? Do you think that there was some other?
Well, somebody killed him, and
Yeah.
I don't see how one accidentally falls and breaks one's neck whilst playing the piano.
No, that's an unusual occurrence, to be sure.
Yeah, it's a bit unusual.
Or a very aggressive piano.
Might have been a
Quite so.
mimic.
Quite so.
Yeah, that does sound very suspicious, so definitely worth us looking into.
So sorry, I should start at the beginning, shouldn't I?
Yes.
Sorry, I'm not quite sure how one does this. It's rather like one of those stories in the paper.
Yeah.
So sit down and tell you what happened. My brother and I've not seen a whole lot of him these last few years. He's fallen in with a rather odd group of people. My father does not approve at all. That would be.
What was his objection to them?
Artists, bohemian sorts.
Ah.
Our father, that's Richard Gladstone, is rather more of a traditional bent.
That makes sense.
Yeah, he took to spending a lot of time over in Soho and going to gentlemen's clubs, whiling the hours away, drinking. Other things that I'm sure a young lady like myself should not know about, but when my brother did write letters, they were somewhat detailed. I have burned them, I'm afraid.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
I don't think there was anything in there that was relevant to the case.
But was your brother a talented piano player?
Yes, he was a pianist. He was very talented. A prodigy, really. Gifted from when we were children. Composer, musician. Very good at it. And that's how he, I think, ended up tangled in with all those artists and that sort.
So, was he... Do you know of the people that he was involved with at all? I mean, were there any jealousies or...
Oh, yes. Well, I don't know of any jealousy, so to speak, but I know some of the names of the people, the people he met. And so there was this woman, an actress he was seeing. I know. Really, when Charles decided to go off the road, he doesn't do anything by halves, my brother. Yes, her name was Margaret Cornwall. She's yes, theatre actress, and there was this club he used to go to over in there's a club over in Marylebone he used to go to.
You know the name of it?
Quite a new one. I think the Atlantic Club, I think. Something like that. I never got it in writing, he only mentioned it.
I'd give a quick glance over to Max.
Not the Pacific Club.
Pacific Club?
Yeah, that's it. The Pacific Club, yes.
All right.
Yeah, he went there sometimes. There was this artist fellow, Ernest Chillingworth. They were friends. He had my brother working on some project with him.
Was he working on one of his projects when he had his accident?
I think so. As I said, I hadn't seen a whole lot of him recently.
How recently had your brother passed away?
3 nights ago.
No. I'm just wondering if there would have been anything in the papers about it.
There was a discreet announcement. My father didn't want
played
to
it down.
fuss made about it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
As I said, the police were looking into it, but then they decided it had been an accident. I don't know if my father just wanted it hushed up, or if someone else wanted it hushed up, or what. Look.
Has his place been closed off or ransacked or anything since?
His rooms. The police were there. I think they'd been there, but I don't know. I've not been there. I don't know what's there. I do have a key, but I mean, he died there. I should have gone. I should have gone and looked, but
it's.
I just couldn't bring
It's
myself.
a bit too fresh, really, in your mind.
Couldn't bring myself to go, but
we do need a place to start looking.
So we've
yeah.
got into
Here's
it. This Margaret Cornwall. Do you have any idea where we might be able to speak with her?
I never met her. I only heard of her. I know she's an actress, so I assume somewhere.
We may,
Don't know of any production she's
theatre
in.
or something.
Um,
It's possible your brother's got an address or something written down.
no, she was in a play. Oh, The Shop Girl. That's what it was called. I don't know which theatre it's on at, but yeah, that was the play.
That'll be enough for us to track it down. It's probably important that we check your brother's rooms and we have a word with this young lady and see what we can find. But as you say, it doesn't seem normal that someone would have that, happen to him. It just doesn't make sense.
Do you know of anyone that might have been with him at the time? I mean, that witnessed this happen?
Unless Margaret was there. Then I don't know. He has rooms he keeps over in town, over in halfway between, not too far from here actually, so halfway between Marylebone and Soho.
Yes, you're a bit frozen.
Oh no, am I alive again? Good.
Better now.
He keeps rooms partway from between Marylebone and Soho, not too far from here. Here's the key and the address, and
Looks like we've got something to keep us busy.
Indeed.
Sure, we'll. How would we contact you to inform you of any findings?
my father's address. I live there. You
Well,
send the letters to me, it will get to me.
Will
My
do.
father is not in the habit of reading my mail. Thank goodness.
Yes, it's probably best that we send you any information by post rather than turn up. It may cause your father to question some things,
Quite probably, yes.
especially if he wants it hushed up and kept quiet.
Now, one last thing. Do you know of anyone who might have had ill will? And anyone that you might suspect, just remotely, that might have wished him ill?
Look, he mixed up in bad sorts. I don't know what, drinking, gambling, actresses.
Oh, dreadful.
Yeah, indeed.
Who knows what other business, criminal activities or
And the
whatnot he might
Pacific
have
Club has a
involved
bit of a
in.
reputation as well.
Does it?
What sort of a reputation?
It's a place where gentlemen go to drink and smoke.
Oh,
And
indeed.
hear stories.
Well, that sounds frightfully mundane.
Yes, I must be honest, I'm not involved with any of those gentlemen's clubs. I've very little idea what goes on behind those.
I mean, there's the occasional drunk person, but it's not like a bar or a tavern.
I suppose. But anyway, thank you for bringing this to our attention, and we'll let you know as soon as we find something.
Yes, and do I pay you?
I
Look, I'm going to be
believe
honest.
so.
My
There
only
will
knowledge
be-
of detectives is
There will be a fee. I'm not entirely sure. Keeper, being that I did the books for the society, will I have any idea of what sort of fees normally?
to my knowledge, the society has never charged a fee for anything.
There must have been some fee somewhere. We
Leave it
No,
open.
I don't think you've ever charged anyone a fee for anything. Mostly because half the time they're dead either before or at the end of their encounter with you. But no, I don't recall money ever changing hands.
I'll probably name some figure that seems a reasonable amount. Nothing over the top, just something affordable.
Nods.
Just think it'd be, having done the books, I've got an idea, and no idea myself in real life of the currency of that time. It's probably come up with something.
Yeah, she nods. Actually, I'm going to ask for. It's going to be easy. I'll give you a bonus on this, but a fast talk roll from Mortimer because, to your knowledge, the society has never charged anyone before. So Mortimer's sort of styling out. Yes, this is our standard agency fee.
Can't I do charm instead?
No, I'll give you a bonus die here because.
The bonus die doesn't really help, I don't think. No. Oh, actually,
I
I
mean,
think that's quite close. I'll spend 2 points of luck to make that one.
She nods. She seems, yeah. She completely believes and buys your standard rate of payment afterwards.
Yes, I think so.
Okay. So, just send the bill and I will send payment.
We will do so.
Very well, gentlemen.
Thank you. Looks like we've got the case.
We do.
Now, Maximilian, you do spend a good amount of time at the Pacific Club. You have crossed paths with Ernest Chillingworth, the artist. You have also probably crossed paths with Charles Gladstone. You've not had any lengthy conversations with him, or really any conversations that you can recall. You do recall him playing the piano a few evenings at the club. You saw him talking to some of the other gentlemen. He was a very skilled pianist. You've not seen him there in the last 2 weeks.
all right. Yeah, I'll just relay that. He's a good pianist. I think I've seen him a couple of times.
You don't recall anyone he was hanging out with or drinking and talking with at the club?
And he's mingling. There's the usuals. I think I met the artist too. But I'm not sure.
To the best of your knowledge, would you have said either of these would have been involved with esoteric or unusual matters? I mean, there's probably people you'd suspect, but
I mean,
anything unusual about that you remember? No?
not really. If he were somebody that would be, catching your eye,
Yeah.
in that sort of situation, I would have brought it to our attention already. And I haven't seen him like since 2 weeks ago. Roughly, I think.
Yeah, perhaps he's been working on something.
Mortimer, if you would like, you can make me an intelligence roll.
Who?
You, Mortimer.
Oh,
You were thinking about this, thinking back.
success.
You think you have met Ernest Chillingworth.
Oh,
In fact, you know you have met Ernest Chillingworth. You think back. The name rings a bell in your mind. And you think back
not to Earl Grey.
a couple of years ago. In fact, several years ago, you crossed paths with him in Bath whilst on a small spa break. In fact, it was quite a memorable spa break because you ran into him that same weekend that you first met Ignatius.
That's very true.
It was a while ago, and
I can't remember much about it, but now I remember it, but I can't remember much.
no, you remember him being an artist, and you remember something about paintings. He was trying to buy some paintings, you think? But your memory is a little hazy. And
Yeah.
this was before either John or Maximilian joined the society, so neither of you were present.
I'm trying to think which paintings. I seem to remember that name rings a bell from quite some time ago in Bath. I think a number of the society decided to have a bar break to relax and recuperate, and I don't think it went completely to plan. But I remember this gentleman, Chillingworth, was trying to buy some paintings. I'm trying to remember which paintings now.
Who was the artist?
That's another blank. We're talking years ago. I can't quite remember. I'm wondering if it was the cursed paintings that drove people insane. Which is another long story, but there'd been an artist who'd been held captive by a serpent person disguised as his mother and was drugging him with something and enabling him to do pieces of art that would drive people insane if they would look at them. But that was some time ago. I don't think this relates to that. Anyway, so where should we begin? Should we check out his rooms and see?
Yeah, why not? That seems a good place to start.
It is.
I think that's a good idea. And in the evening, I'm gonna go and ask around to the Pacific Club if somebody remembers.
It's a good idea as well. If he hasn't been there for some time, it's whether his membership had been revoked or something, you never know. But then again, if that had happened, you would have been told by the very nature of your job there.
Probably. But I think it's taking a little longer for them to revoke a membership.
But, yeah, let's have a look. Shouldn't be too far away.
Okay. Yeah, it's a short walking distance round the corner. It's a cold January morning. Late enough in the morning, the frost has started to melt off the ground, but there's still a little bit glittering here and there on the trees and patches of the pavement. But a bright, clear morning as you head around to Charles Gladstone's rooms. It's a very smart townhouse. He's not exactly slumming it. You know, he's still a man of means.
Well, if his father's a lord, it's very likely he has access to good lodgings.
Now, is it his flat alone, or does he share it with anyone?
It appears to be just his rooms. It's sort of, I think of it almost like a service flat. Like it comes with there's a housekeeper, meals are included.
Right.
Someone takes care of everything. So essentially, it's a suite of rooms somewhere between, like, his own home and a hotel, somewhere that middle ground.
Much like the traditional Sherlock Holmes property where he had a housekeeper and that cleaned.
Indeed, yes, but much fancier.
Yes.
Yes, this is a man of means and distinction. But the house, as you approach, there's probably some other rooms in the house, sort of other apartments, we could term them really. Doesn't look to be much in use. You suspect a lot of the people living in a place like this might just keep rooms in town for when they happen to be visiting and don't necessarily live all their time there. But you do have a key. There is also a door knocker.
We wouldn't actually know which room. Is it his rooms alone that we under the impression this was, or?
There's multiple there's like 4 suites of rooms, apartments. You were told that his is the upstairs, the uppermost rooms.
So as long as we know which ones are his, we could just go straight in and keep it as low key as possible.
You could either knock on the door or you could walk straight in. Or do any other manner of other things that, you know.
Yeah. We have the key, right?
Yeah.
Is there a number on the key?
We were told which room, more or less.
More or less?
You were told exactly which room. It's the one at the top of the stairs.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Then we just go in. No need to alert anybody.
Yeah,
That's just going to create more chaos.
Yeah. But we can always ask his neighbours what they know if we need to. But no need to bother them just yet.
Okay, so you're heading straight up.
Yep.
It's a rather grand house, a big sweeping staircase that leads up past several closed doors up to the rooms at the top. And you were given sort of 2 keys on this little ring, one for the main door and one for the door to the rooms itself. And yes,
as we go through, just having a look around the house as we go up to his rooms, is there anything seems recently happened in the rest of the house?
Oh, give me a spot hidden as you go up if you would like. If you spot anything of anything untoward.
That is a success. A hard one.
You do not see anything that looks out of place. All is well. I was
Okay.
just letting you make the roll to make you paranoid if you failed it.
We're always paranoid.
No, you don't. There's no sign of any sort of struggle or any events outside of his room. And either same on the door itself. It is. There's no sort of sign that anyone has broken down a door or like broken a lock, anything like that. The door looks fine.
Everything looks completely normal.
Indeed.
So, who wants to go in first?
I will, if you like.
Go for it.
Right.
Okay.
So
I think
I'll
you would
take
probably pass the key as well.
Okay, I'll take the key and open the door. And
Okay, looking into the room, you can see these are well-maintained and well-decorated rooms, but quite sparsely decorated. It doesn't look like there's a lot of personal touches here. They're not a huge amount of personality. There's appears to be a sitting room with a bedroom. There's a balcony overlooking the street outside.
Now, while it's
Pardon?
while it's sparsely populated, is it expensively appointed?
Yeah, it's expensively decorated, but there's not many sort of personal touches. It's almost reminds you very much of a fancy hotel in types of decoration. It's very nice. There's nothing hugely personal about it. One thing that does take up a good amount of room in the sitting room is a rather large grand piano. It takes up a large amount of space. There's also a desk, and as I said, a balcony overlooking the street.
At the piano, are there any signs of, struggles or blood or anything where supposedly this happened?
There is no sign of a struggle here. The piano itself doesn't look damaged. Someone has neatly stacked. There's some sheet music in the stand, and someone has sort of stacked a sheet of loose sheet music on the top and sort of weighed it down with a paperweight. You don't know if that was Charles himself who left it like that, or if someone has tidied it up after looking around the room. But yeah, there's a stack of sheet music.
Yeah, I think I'll just have a look at the sheet music, because seeing if it is something he's written, if he signed it or put his name on it, or if it looks as if it's like printed, or if it's something written.
It's handwritten, so it looks like it's all a lot in the same hand. There's a lot of crossing out. Some sheets are neater than others, but it definitely looks like it was a piece that was being worked on, a piece that was being written, rather than something that he'd bought.
Yeah, something he can add into as he's gone along and fix.
Yeah, there's a title on several of the sheets actually. It says Loki's Gift.
It's very strange. Didn't think we'd have like some sort of Norse symbolism here, but wonder who he's writing this for. Are the sheets numbered or in any sort of order that we can tell?
Some of them are numbered, some of them are not. There seem to be several sort of more finished ones that are numbered sort of sequentially. They all have the name Loki's Gift written at the top. Others seem to be sort of works in progress. Do any of you have any skill in music?
No, I don't.
Oh dear.
Music? What's that? No, I don't.
Would you allow me a language own?
Is your own language music?
Well, it could be.
But one other question in the meantime. The pages that are on the piano, are they in order? The ones that are numbered, are they in order? Or does it look like someone just picked them up off the floor and stacked them up and put the weight on top?
They are not in numerical order now. The sheets that are stacked up are essentially just randomly shuffled. There doesn't seem to be any order to their sort of order. And as you're looking over them, you would notice a couple of the numbered ones are missing, and there's a little speckle of blood on a couple of the other ones.
Now, who's noticing that? All of us?
John, with that hard spot hidden. I'll let you carry it through to in here.
And
Yeah,
I'll
you
point
just
that out.
notice there does look like a little bit of blood on the edges of a couple of these sheets of music.
I'll point that out to Mortimer and Max.
So it looks like someone's probably tidied these up when they were recovering the body, by the look of it. Maybe the police just stacked them up and put them out of the way.
As you're having this conversation, Maximilian seems to be staring sort of blankly into space briefly. Like it's almost like for a moment he's just not there. Like then Maximilian sort of blinks back into focus again. Yeah, just for a moment he wasn't quite connected to the world.
Maybe he's lost himself to the music.
Yeah, or maybe he's just thinking back to his performance at the Civic Club, if there's anything related.
I'm guessing there's no skill other than like a craft from music or something like that.
Yeah, this would be an arts craft music roll. The base success is 5%.
Yeah, I had considered taking up the piano skill at one point, but I haven't at
That would have been
all.
useful.
Instead of
None of you took music as a hobby at all.
No.
Nope.
You guys
Mine's
don't have hobbies. You're tied to your jobs.
Yeah, it's true. We're too busy doing our jobs. My specialty was languages. But, oh well. If only with some musically minded person here.
Now, is it purely music on the sheets? He didn't write any other...
It doesn't
like
appear to have any lyrics.
I'll have a look at the desk, actually, to see if he's got a journal or diary or...
Yeah, give me a spot hidden. I will say that anyone trying to decipher this music, it can either be an arts craft sort of music role, or it could be a hard education role that you might have some point in your like formal education have learned how to read sheet music, even if you're not actually.
Okay, I'll give that a try.
I'll try the education role.
No.
Extreme success on the education. It was education, not intelligence, wasn't it?
No, yeah, it was education. This is the kind of thing that. So Mortimer. So what were those? So we had a spot hidden. Someone was going through the desk.
Yeah.
Do you want to do that before or after you messing around with the music?
I'd say probably after, to be fair, because it makes sense to do the music bit first, then go.
And Maximilian, were you searching for anything in particular? I have a spot hidden there for you. What are you looking?
I was just getting a broader spot hidden through my haze, and so I was just like, I'll help. But we're getting there. I'm hearing stuff. I'm fine.
All right, just give me a thumbs up when you're back with us. Maximilian's head kind of wandered over to the balcony, like running his hand along the rail, looking thoughtfully into the space, as though something's connecting, but he's not quite got there yet.
No.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes, Mortimer, you don't really have music as a hobby you keep up regularly, but you would have been taught to play the piano probably as a child.
Basically, but have no skill.
Yeah. You would have learnt this a long time ago. You think, I mean, you can tell that it looks complicated beyond your ability to play.
Anything would be beyond my ability to play.
You could probably do the Victorian equivalent of chopsticks.
Or 3 blind mice.
Or 3 blind mice.
But I can tell this is a complicated piece.
Yeah, you can tell it's complicated. It looks a little discordant, but it looks like it would be kind of an odd musical taste.
Yeah. Well, this doesn't seem to make sense. Doesn't seem much of a tune. It seems to be, well, discordant is the best way to put it, and very difficult to play.
Well, I mean, if you don't by the title, though, Loki's gift. I mean, Loki was a trickster, and he
was. So maybe that's the point. I don't know. It doesn't look like anything I consider myself to be music, to be fair. But who understands these artists? But
just invented jazz.
it could be. It could very well be.
No,
Before its time.
Yeah. So looking around, so then you sort of move over towards the desk. Meanwhile, Maximilian.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. You're sort of looking around this room, looking at the piano, the door. Oh, I think he's frozen again. Pauses halfway between the piano and the door. Stares up into space for a little moment. With a very thoughtful look on his face. Time passes. A cold wind blows the curtains on the balcony. Oh, and he sort of snaps himself out of that fused state. Maximilian.
I'm back. Nice.
Yeah. Looking around, one thing you would notice is there's no signs of forced entry. There's no signs of a struggle. There's no damage to the piano. If there was signs of a struggle, there would be very minor signs that have been tidied up by the police.
Mm-hmm.
But whoever came here was let in or had their own key, surely. Like, the balcony's too high for them to have climbed up and would have been in full view of the street if someone had climbed up that way. So, yeah, it looks like they might have... Yeah, no signs of forced entry. Maximilian returns to his thoughts.
Yay. Okay, so I would explain that to the other two as I'm doing those observations. And I'm hoping that I can keep my mind focusing on the room that we're in for long enough to actually help.
I wish we'd gotten more information about how his neck was broken.
Well, it's a very good point. Might have to check with the what's his name? Dr. Victor Peterson, yes. Whether it's something that had been brought to his attention, I don't know. But Max could always check at the Pacific Club, and I could go and check with Dr. Victor Peterson, or we could all go and speak with him. I mean, I've met him before a few times.
Now, looking around the room, no, there didn't happen to have been a fireplace. It looks like it had been in use.
There is a fireplace. It looks like it's been cleaned nicely. The hearth has been swept.
No burned footprints in the mat in front of the...
No burned footprints in the rug, no.
Okay, all right. Had to check.
That's one suspect ruled out.
It does seem a bit strange. I mean, people don't usually break their necks from falling by a piano just composing music.
No. No, normally that's like a falling down the steps sort of thing.
I mean, technically you can break your neck from falling a short distance, even 1 foot, if you land badly is enough, but just seems a bit strange. I can understand someone could fall and hit their head, but to actually break their neck, it's a bit unusual. Unless perhaps he was very much into his music, headbanging away. But we need to find out about possibly the missing sheets. They may have been handed in with the body.
Yeah, so should we head to talk to the police and whatever coroner would have examined him?
That may be an option. I'm not sure. What do you think, Max?
That's a good question. What did we say?
I think we were going to have a look at the body, or try to. Or speak with someone who has.
Sounds good.
We may have to take a break for technical reasons in a minute.
Yeah, we could always have a bit of a break.
Yes. I think so you're heading to the police, is that the plan?
Not the police.
Okay, you're heading to the mortuary.
Yeah. Where a good old friend of mine, Victor Peterson, is.
Okay. So as you head over to the mortuary, we're going to go for an early break here and see if we can get Max back with us full time and work out what's going on there.
There.
All right.
Max will need to go to sleep at home because he's not feeling well.
We'll
because
see you in
this
10
is
minutes'
ridiculous.
And we are back. So, our 3 investigators are looking into the murder of Charles Gladstone on the behest of his sister Catherine. You had been up to his apartments, you had discovered some sheet music, and so far little sign of any foul play, except for the fact that he's dead. But you decided to head over to the mortuary to speak to a friend of the Society's, Victor Peterson, pathologist and dead body enthusiast. So you head down to the underbelly of the hospital and these tiled corridors, the smell of cleaning fluids and blood mingling in your nostrils. As ever, deeply unpleasant and hard to ignore. As you head down here, it's quieter than the rest of the hospital. And
I'll just well, I know where his office is or his area in the hospital. I'll just go to knock on the door.
Okay, so you head down. Just a moment. No, put that down, Lily. Hello.
Good day. It's been some time since we've met.
It has indeed. Come in. You met my assistant, Lily?
Oh, I don't think I have.
Yes. She's been a wonder helping out down here.
That's good.
Come in, gentlemen.
Well,
Well, who's dead?
well, apparently a Charles Gladstone.
Charles Gladstone. Lily, would you fetch the book, please?
A few days ago, we were told, well, we've actually been asked to investigate his murder by a family member who's a bit suspicious of it. We've told it's an unusual death, his neck broken. But it just seems a bit strange from what we were told.
Yes. Yeah, we had him through. He's not here with us anymore, I'm afraid. It was in and out.
Oh, yeah, I expected it as much. From what we were told, the family was trying to make it appear as an accident. Well, not make it appear as an accident. They were convinced it's an accident. From what we were told, he fell at his piano and broke his neck. Exactly. That's what was very strange.
Yes. No. Well, he definitely broke his neck, but it was not from a fall at the piano.
Oh.
I've got the notes here. Let's see. So he was strangled. I think it was he was strangled to death, and his neck was broken in the process.
Ah.
It's a bit different.
Very definitely a murder, not an accident. I wrote that in the report.
I wonder if they tried to hush it up then.
Yeah, we haven't seen the report yet.
Yeah, we haven't yet. We thought we'd come straight to the expert himself.
Yes. Yes. Someone. It didn't take too long. Whoever did this was strong and.
Do you think it was like a rope or a noose or something that they were choked with, or hands?
Seems to be a combination of his sort of collar getting in the way, choking up around there, and from the look of the hands, fairly big hand span, a man, I would suspect, or well, I mean, that matter of strength and viciousness. It's
yeah. I mean, what else would it be? Just a strong person, really.
Well, women, the women murderers cases I've come across tend to poison.
Yeah, women traditionally produce poison.
Now, the finger marks on his
snakes.
The finger marks on his neck. Was it just indentations from pressure from the fingers, or were there any nail marks or any strange, like, skin?
No, nothing unusual. As I said, I didn't keep him around. There was nothing.
Yeah.
Looked like he'd angered someone, and they decided to.
Yeah.
Was he bruised on the other parts of his body, or was it just a strangulation?
Slight bruise on on his knees, as though he kicked them against something, perhaps while struggling.
Probably the piano.
But no other real injuries.
There were no traces of breaking and entering at the place. So
yeah, it looks like whoever did it was let in. Had a key.
When the body came in, were there any other effects from the
like sheet music?
Yeah, anything like that.
There was.
It would have been given to the family or something like that anyway, but there did seem to be a few things missing at the murder scene.
I mean, there's some effect. His clothes, there was the only other injury. He must have hit his head on something, but that was, I think, on the way down. That wasn't what killed him. It was a bit of blood, but not very much. So he was mostly dead by that point.
But it does look like he was murdered, and yeah.
That's not my job to say. I'm not a police officer, but I would suggest that when people are strangled to death, usually murder.
Yes.
He didn't strangle himself.
Oh,
obviously.
He definitely didn't strangle himself. But no, physical impossibility to have done that to himself.
Do you know who from the police was dealing with this, in case we needed to speak with them?
Sergeant Billingswood.
Billingswood. Just in case. I'm just curious why it wasn't highlighted. It was sort of reported that it was a terrible accident. Just seems unusual, but I think that's probably as much as we can find out about this. Have you got any interesting stories or rumours or anything yourself?
Recently? Let's see.
I mean, it's been quite peaceful with the society, really.
When was the last time we spoke?
It's okay. If you think of anything that you think could be interesting, just...
There's one thing I've not had. Perhaps nothing, but no bodies dredged out of the river in the last 6 months or so.
That's unusual. You don't normally expect one every now and again.
They seem to be disappearing somewhere.
Now that's concerning. I understand there's some disreputable people who'd have uses for bodies. Perhaps someone's picking up. But it is unusual.
Look, I don't know that anyone's been. Look, it's been quite the talk of the doctoral community.
Perhaps people have stopped going in the river.
Well, it is
Seems
wintertime.
unlikely. It just seems. I mean, people do dispose of bodies there, but yeah, there's not been anything dredged up recently. Yeah.
Yeah.
A friend of mine was complaining a shortage of drowning victims for examination purposes, obviously.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Medicine.
It's very unusual. That. Usually, you'd read a story about a drunk person who's fallen off one of the bridges or staggered into the river. You get these stories quite often in 6 months with nothing.
Yeah, well,
But
either people in London have stopped dying or disposing of bodies in the river, or someone out there has a large pile of bodies that they're keeping for something.
Yeah.
Or it's something in the river that's very hungry.
Or something in the river's eating them.
It's a good possibility.
Wouldn't be the first time, would it?
It might be.
And Max just stops mid-sentence. There's off. His mouth not being mouthed some words. It's like he's talking to someone who's not there, who you can't see for a moment. It's very uncanny. Max, you're back in the room.
Hi. I was just getting outside. The morgue was smelling too low.
He didn't leave the room.
Yeah, he's not been well recently. But,
well, that knock on the head that he got in the other realm must be affecting him still.
True. Dangerous thing attending autumn balls. But yeah, that's very strange. If we hear anything about the bodies in the river, we'll let you know. But it could be something eating them. But as unlikely as it is, we know this. Nature is sometimes stranger than what we believe it to be.
Indeed. Anything else I can help you with?
No, that's great. Thank you for your time. But if you need any help or information of us, feel free to let us know.
I will. If I find any interesting bodies, you'll be
definitely.
Second to know.
Thank you very much.
Well, I will be the first.
Okay.
Of course. And of course, if we find any unusual bodies, we'll definitely send word to you.
Excellent. So yeah, as you make your way up out of the bowels of the hospital into the fresh, cold winter air, sort of stings your eyes and clears your sinuses of the smell of death.
Yes. Well, at least we're in the fresh air now.
Yeah, shame being in the down there. Couldn't tell if Lily was a snake person or not. Couldn't smell the anything.
She didn't look like a snake person, as far as you can recall. She was a palish young woman with blonde hair who was just ruffling around with papers in the background.
Not a familiar person, then.
I don't think so. No, I don't think you have met her before.
I'm just suspicious.
Yeah, how long has she
turns up? We have to check.
Yeah, because I mean, how long has she been his new assistant? 6 months or so?
I've got no idea myself. To be fair, it's been a number of years since I've consulted him. But the disappearing bodies is a bit worrying.
It is, because I mean, people are not going to stop just
makes me think of that thing that was beneath the chemical works by the river.
Oh, you think it got out and it's in the river now?
That would explain, yeah.
That's what I think. I don't know if it would have bothered to get out, or whether someone let it out or put it in the river
Or figured a way to get out for meals and come back.
and just send it out, to eat and come back. That makes sense. So that could be the body issue, but in one way, it keeps the river clean. Unfortunately, it does mean, depends on which way you look at it, it's either fortunate or unfortunate. It means if a body's dumped there, it tends to disappear permanently.
Right, and it'll put a damper on us wanting to go into the river looking for anything.
Actually, the mudlarks might be a good source of information on that thing, but that'll be another problem another day, I think. But
yeah. Another case, another day.
Exactly, something more worrying. They may hear of something, or perhaps they'll have a glimpse of something that we can look into. But another day, I think. So it looks like his neck was definitely murder then.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that easy to break someone's neck with your hands like I was choking him. So whoever did it was strong. I don't know.
Well, he did seem to think it was someone very strong and possibly tall.
Yeah.
It's possible to break somebody's neck, but that's not the same thing. That's not something that happens accidentally as you strangle them.
Right.
No. I wonder, he was involved with artists. Would a sculptor have strong hands?
I mean, if it's odd people, they might just have help with their own strength.
That's true.
Either like the way you smear blood on your face and you get stronger, maybe.
It could be. It could be something like that, yes. But there are a lot of strange things out there, so it could be someone who's somehow augmented their strength. So we need to be wary of anyone like that we encounter. But let's see. I think next, what should we do next? We could always try to speak to that Margaret Cornwall, potentially.
If we can find her, do you know what her production is? Which theater?
We could probably have a look around some of the theatres. I mean,
you know that theatre plays would be advertised
in papers or
in the papers.
And we know it was The Shop Girl. Was the name of
the one?
Yeah.
We could probably just head back to the society, search through the papers, and I'm sure the society has daily papers dropped off there. We could have a look through.
Yeah.
No, they will probably advertise them there.
Yeah. It also gives us a chance to get something to eat and drink, perhaps, before we set off anywhere else.
Always a good thing to do. I am a little concerned with the disparity between what Catherine told us versus what we found out from Victor.
We were told he'd fallen at his piano.
Right. I mean, perhaps she's just going by what she was told.
I believe she's gone by what she was told and what the report was.
Right.
But that implies that the police did not publish the true report. They gave a different account.
Right.
We do have this police officer that we can ask for odd things.
True, but if someone's asked him to cover it up and keep quiet, if we speak to him about it, then we'll probably be informing whoever has asked him to keep quiet about it as well.
I mean, maybe he knows that if we are involved, that it's probably an odd thing, and if he's being asked that to keep it quiet, it being an odd thing is a reason for that to be like that.
True, that is another source of information anyway.
I mean, we can try. And worst thing is he's not going to tell us.
That's true.
I mean, he might inform his superiors that we'd be snooping around, but
yeah. Well, we could always have a word with him and ask him, not reveal who's asked us to look into it.
Yeah,
right.
Just say a friend of his was concerned.
And the more perceptive of us could see if it looks like he's trying to not be entirely truthful with us.
Who knows? So where should we go first?
We should leave that until we have D'Angelo back.
He's very good at reading people.
Yeah, exactly. Because I can scare people.
He's dangerously good at reading people. Never play chess with him. Although Amos keeps beating him.
Maybe D'Angelo's just letting him humor him.
I mean, as long as he's not pokering, I'm fine.
But I like your idea about getting going back to the society and
yeah,
having a bit to
and making some notes, perhaps.
Yeah,
like case notes. That's it. Like a real case.
Well, I mean, if you're going to charge her a case fee, I mean, we should at least be able to provide a case document.
Yes, definitely.
That's fair.
So you're heading back to the society for lunch.
Yes.
To make
Check
some
the
notes,
papers.
as you're now professionals.
Yes, we are. Oh, we're checking the papers.
And check the papers. Yeah.
We are professional PIs now.
Yeah.
Just like
Consulting
the
detectives.
crash rate.
So flicking through the Evening Standard, the Daily News, you can find listings about the shop girl at the Gaiety Theatre in Aldwych. There is a... what's the word? A play? A showing? A performance!
That's the word.
That's it. There is a performance tonight. And tomorrow night. And every day this week.
In Aldwych, you say?
In Aldwych, yes. Okay. On the Strand.
I'm not normally one for theatres, but we could give it a go. We can dress up for the occasion. I mean, artists and that like sponsors and stuff like that, so well-dressed people turning up at the theatre all provide a bit of hope.
And this theatre that we're going to, is this one of the more high-class theatres, or is it one more... Because depending on where, I might need the dress-up help again.
It's a moderately... It's rather nice theatre. It's not one of the best, but it's not just a music hall. It's something you dress up nicely for.
Yeah, then that's just my nice dress up's fine.
Okay. I mean, we wouldn't want to dress too nicely to attract undue attention.
That's true. I mean, we could take a coach there.
So, to be clear, you're waiting until the evening when the play is on to go?
No, it's probably a bad idea. We've got the afternoon.
It's up to you.
I mean, could go and wait for the play to be on, watch the play, and then know that she's there and catch her out back when she's leaving.
We could, or we could go to the theatre and see if we could find some information about how we could contact her.
Mm-hmm. The newspaper ad for the show, does it list the cast? Does it make mention of who's starring?
Yes, it would make mention of Margaret Cornwell, who is it's a musical comedy, The Shop Girl. It's this it has moderate reviews. It is about the story concerning a charming London shop girl called Betsy. Who falls in love with a poor student from a good family.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's described in one review as a hilarious comedy, a joy to all, and the other as trite and shallow.
So I wouldn't expect too much thinking in the play, but if it's slight comedy, it's fine, right?
Yeah.
So we should be watching it.
Well, we could always watch it, but I think it might be an opportunity to try and contact her beforehand. I mean, we could always turn up for the evening showing if we have time.
Yeah.
Just out of courtesy, really. So
you're going to the theatre.
to see if there's a way we can contact.
Sorry, I miss. Are you going now, or are you going in the evening?
I think now, really.
I think now.
Yeah. So you head over to the Gaiety Theatre. Obviously, it's not currently open in terms of the box office. Because the box office is shut. The theatre is not itself open, but there is a stage door around the back down an alley if you want to go down there.
It might be the best way to get in touch with the.
We'll head that way and have a knock.
Okay. So knock on the stage door. And you hear a voice from the other side go, "If that's the hat delivery, you're late. It was meant to be repaired and brought back an hour ago." And the door is open, and this rather angry-looking fellow sort of looks a little taken aback. "You're not the haberdashers."
No.
The milliners. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah. No, not today.
Ah. If you're well-wishers or after an autograph or...
No,
come
not
back
exactly.
after the show. The actors are busy.
We will, definitely, but we'd hope to speak to one of your cast. Margaret Cornwall, relating to Mr. Gladstone.
I see. More admirers of hers?
No, we don't know
No.
her.
You
We
don't know
don't
her?
actually know her. No, we're associates of a Mr. Charles Gladstone, or friends of his. We'd recently
He's not here.
No, we've been told he'd passed
Spent
away.
long enough hanging around here, but he's not here at the moment.
We knew he was friends with Margaret Cornwall, so we were hoping to speak to her to find out a bit more information about what may have happened.
So you said he'd passed away?
He has passed away.
Ah, I explains why I've not seen him recently.
Yeah, it's we're trying to find out what's gone on. I mean, these artist types are a bit strange occasionally, aren't they?
Yeah, I think... Are you trying to win him over with your winsome personality? Are you trying to present a logical case?
I'm just trying to be nice to see.
Yeah, give me a charm roll. Go on. Let's see if you can...
That's a fail. I can't believe that. I'm spending 2 points of luck on that as well. I ran out of luck today.
Oh look, I'll show you through. Speak to her. She's just in her dressing room. We've been doing some extra rehearsals of the songs.
There's been some good reviews of it as well. We probably end up having to come here later tonight or tomorrow to watch it, but that'll be another thing. Thank you.
Margaret, you've got visitors. No, they're not admiring. No, they're here about. No, they're here about Charles. She says you can go in.
Ah, cool.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much.
And you see, as you step through into this quite cramped and a little cluttered dressing room, this fair-haired woman she's got red hair that it's definitely looks like it's been touched up to sort of emphasize the fact that she's got red hair. It's going a little grey around the bottom, around the edges now. Probably in her 30s, late 30s. And she's... Yeah?
She doesn't have strong, muscular hands, does she?
No. Remarkably small hands, actually.
All right.
She is very sort of sat at her dressing table, just reading over what looks to be some lines. She looks up, turns around. Why, gentlemen? Admirers so early in the day. Peter
Good
is
afternoon,
getting
Miss Cornwall.
relax. I would say take a seat, but I only have one of the seats, so you'll have to fight for it.
Well, Max should have it. He's not been well lately.
You think I would win that one? What do you think? Or it's just the old man. I'll take the seat.
You're not so old. You still look the prime of your health. Good, strong fella like yourself. So,
Yeah, we just wanted to talk about what's his name again?
Charles Gladstone.
Right.
Yes, tragic business. Yes.
My condolences.
Well, yes, accidents happen.
Yeah.
Fell from his piano, I heard.
So, yeah, we'd heard the same. It's just unusual.
Drunk, perhaps?
I don't know. We haven't spoken to him ourselves in some time.
Well, that would be quite difficult, seeing as he's dead, unless...
I know. Definitely.
Was that one of his vices, drink? Or was he not?
He sometimes drank too much, yes.
And do you know if he was working on anything? Something called Loki's gift?
Oh, that business.
Oh, is there a story to that?
Yes. Medicine business, right? About a month back, Charles came to me with a friend of his.
Not Ernest, was it?
Yes, Ernest, that was his name.
Ernest Chillingworth.
Yes, I knew it was something cold, but I couldn't quite remember the name. Artist. Or he's some sort of artist. I'm also never quite sure if he's a playwright or an artist.
I don't know. I've met him some time ago. He was interested in buying some paintings, so perhaps he invests in the arts rather than makes new arts himself.
Yes, last I heard he'd written a play. But also he's the kind of fellow that was always doing something. A little success by the sounds of it. Hangs around, calls himself an artist a lot more than he does art by the sounds of it.
By hanging around artists, he believes himself an artist.
Indeed, yeah. He has a whole menagerie over in Soho. Artists, actors.
So he's got his own collection as such.
Yes, they call themselves the Artist's Mind. I know. These rich sorts.
I mean, somebody has to pay for all this anyway.
Yes, they hang around in his house, just this disparate band of ragtag people coming and going at all hours. That keeps rooms for them all. Who knows what they get up to?
Very bohemian.
Bohemian, yes.
Yes.
Speaking of money, do you know if he was doing the composition as a commission for someone?
Well, yes, Loki's gift. That's what you're asking about.
Yes.
Chillingworth's play that he's supposedly written. He had Charles doing the music for it.
You said supposedly written.
Well, I've yet to see a script. He
Fair.
wanted me to act in it, and
if there's no script, it makes it difficult.
Yes. He said the script was a secret, not to be shared with the cast until we were there for rehearsals.
Yeah,
and I said I've already signed up to run Shop Girl for the rest of the month, so...
It just sounds as if he hadn't finished writing it yet and was trying to pretend.
Yes.
Do you think they would have gotten into a quarrel over the way the composition was progressing, whether it matched his idea of what was going to happen in the script?
Maybe. You think Charles? Wait, you don't think this was an accident? You think?
We have questions.
I mean,
it seems unusual for someone to fall at a piano and break their neck.
I've heard of stranger accidents. I'm in theatre.
I
can't
not true.
Believe what happens.
You've also got the theatre ghosts.
Yes. But I mean, one would say it's quite unbelievable for someone to kill someone over a disagreement about a musical score. But then, I mean, have you met artists?
That's
yes,
true.
that seems like a completely plausible motive.
Where is this artist's mind based, then?
He's got a studio in Soho.
Does seem a strange place, but we may have to speak to someone there. But
I've not I'd not seen so much of Charles the last couple of weeks. He stopped coming to the theatre. Was holed up in his rooms the whole time, working on this masterpiece score. Honestly, it sounded dreadful. The bits he played for me, she just shudders all over.
With a look at it, it just seems discordant and a bit of a mess.
It stays with you, and when I was like, you can't get it out of your head once it's in there, and.
Well, if it's that bad, I hope I never hear it.
Yes, well, doesn't seem like it'll ever be finished at this point. That seems probably put quite a damper on Chillingworth's play, having
True. Give him more time to write something then.
Yes, that.
But yes, thank you very much for your time. I don't think it's.
Let's
Did you know if Charles had any enemies or anyone who might wish him ill?
I mean, not enemies. He was, he was sweet, a little foolish at times, sheltered, grew up very wealthy. His father's a lord.
Naive's a good word.
Naive, yes, naive. Sweet, naive. We met, he came to the play, well, not this play, the play I was in. I was Desdemona in one of my more serious productions. He was waited at the theatre door with flowers 3 nights running until I invited him in to talk. But he was always, yes, very, very sweet, very charming. Sorry to lose him, and sorrier if it is indeed foul play, so to speak, murder.
The scene.
Look, I know plenty of people who I could imagine people wanting to murder, but not Charles.
No, it just seems a bit strange. We haven't heard anything bad about him other than being completely, more or less innocent and naive and sweet. But and being a very talented piano player.
You don't think there's any chance there was a recording made of that? It's kind of new. The photographic
a photograph
recording.
of some sort.
Yeah, I mean, it was 20 years ago, something like that. It came about.
I don't think so.
It's quite expensive to do, I think.
I think they probably wait till the final piece for that. Yeah, they're quite expensive. We've been trying to get them done for the shop girl, of course, with the music, but it's a little out of our budget. Oh, there was one thing. Chillingworth, Ernest, the artist fellow.
Yes.
He gave me a present when he visited with Charles. Part of his trying to, I'm sure I have it somewhere. People usually bring me flowers, they rot in the cave. He was an artist. He had, go a little above and beyond.
Not a painting by any chance?
No, a little statuette. Give me a moment, I stash it away somewhere. Didn't like it very much.
Understandable, I guess. If some.
So the statue was a gift to yourself, or was it a gift for Charles?
A gift to me. He wanted me to be in his play. So he came here with Charles, full of flattery and, as if I don't hear that stuff plenty often enough. I would prefer, a contract and promise of payments rather than flattery. If you want me to be in your play,
Money talks.
Yes. A woman has to eat,
When indeed does.
Now, there it is. She sort of rifles through the cupboard and pulls out this little jade statuette. Of a dancing woman, just twisting and turning, carved out of green jade.
That's a very unusual piece.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't know. I don't like it. You can take it away with you if you want it. She sort of pushes it towards you, and
Do you not want to keep it?
I need both of you to make me a sanity. I need all three of you to make me a sanity roll, please.
No, wonderful.
No.
Okay, I need two of you to make me a sanity roll. Because one of you currently doesn't have any sanity.
Does a crit give me sanity back?
No, it does not. Yeah, John, you look at this.
That was not my role.
It's something slightly unsettling. This little jade statuette. You will lose 1 point of sanity.
Okay.
You look at it. Something about it just is not quite right.
Do I get any feeling of how it's not right?
There's something almost alive about it.
Does it seem to be moving?
Maybe a little out of the corner of your eye. For a moment, it seems to move. But no, it's not. It's definitely not moving.
No.
It's a
Okay.
statue. Statues.
Does it look as if the statues of her?
It doesn't look specific like it's her. No, at least the statue. It's quite small, and apart from like a sort of thin bit of gauze fabric, the statue does not have any clothes on.
Oh.
So whether or not it resembles her you're not sure. She is currently wearing a dress.
I was thinking more the face.
The face doesn't look like hers.
That's okay. It seems a bit of an unusual statue, to be fair. Can I don't know.
You could please take it.
Okay,
I
we'll
get
take it.
given plenty of gifts, and
If it doesn't make you feel comfortable, then we
no,
should
I just don't
do
like it. I mean, he's
Also,
clearly a very skilled sculptor. Perhaps a better sculptor than he is a writer.
Actually, that's a very good point. Can I do an appraise roll to rate the workmanship of this?
Yes, go for it.
That's the sort of roll that would work for.
Yeah, that's exactly what I praise.
Extreme success on that.
It is very, very nicely made. It is carved and polished. It looks. I mean, it's perhaps a little derivative in form. Does put you in mind of, something almost Grecian about it in a way, but also, the poise, a bit, the long hair, the loose bit of gauze, perhaps a little bit pre-Raphaelite. Pretty worth a fair bit, but not hugely valuable. And scratched and etched in the bottom is EC.
So it looks like it may have been made by Ernest Chillingworth himself.
Or he scratched his initials on it after the fact.
Oh, it's
wouldn't have been the first one.
That's true. But yeah, we'll definitely take this away from you. And hopefully we may see you tonight at the play. We're thinking of coming and having a watch, really, and a listen of this one.
Well, enjoy. It's
If we don't make it tonight, it'll be tomorrow evening.
I look forward to seeing you, gentlemen.
Look forward to seeing you as well. Well, take care of yourself, and we shall...
And yourselves. I need to get my beauty rest in before the play tonight.
Of course.
Break a leg is the correct term, right?
Indeed.
Then
Just-
don't do it in reality.
Well, thank you for your time.
Yes, thank you. Sorry to waste
should
your
really-
time.
Yes. At least you've got rid of this statue now.
Okay, so departing the theatre, where do you plan to go next?
I think I would use the time as we are outside and out of earshot to just talk a couple of words. Namely, I think I have like a suspicion, a little bit of one.
What are you thinking?
We know that the music's been written by the guys, not by our victim, but by his friend, right?
Charles Gladstone, the music, yes.
Because Gladstone was the one that was supposed to make the music.
Yes, he was
Yes.
right.
What my brain just thought about came to like is that they wanted to make some weird music for his friend, right? And as these type of things tend to do, they disturb people. And let's assume our friend, being the naive person that people describe him to be, just said, yes, I'm going to help you, and no problem at all.
He's an artist.
Nervous.
Well, he'd want to be paid for it, and that sort of work doesn't always come up.
I don't think that our friend needs to be paid.
True.
Because he's got daddy in his corner, basically.
Yes.
But if he were to go get nervous and uncomfortable with the stuff he's making and then want out, that might be a lot stronger a motivation for somebody in esoteric circles to shut him up.
I'm just wondering, along those lines, I've met someone who had been, in a way, compelled and forced to create paintings that drove people mad. Slightly mad. I'm wondering if this music, if it's that sort of thing.
I mean, didn't you meet him buying paintings? Were these paintings?
Can't remember. But it may be worth... Should we check... I don't know, should we check Charles Gladstone's house once more, or his property?
We should.
See if there's anything he's hidden away somewhere. I couldn't find anything myself, but...
Well, we can have another look.
Just a final look to see if there's anything... Unless someone might hide something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
A secret compartment, or a safe, or hidden behind a painting, or a picture on a wall, or something. Somewhere obvious. I'm just wondering about the missing pages, where they could have gone.
It seems like things falling into place with Chillingworst. If he's looking for paintings that drive people slightly mad, commissioning music that does the same, that statue that he gave to Margaret, it's off. It seemed
fine to me, but
it's not at all. To me, it seemed like it was somewhat alive.
Yeah. Perhaps we should put this statue somewhere out of the way for now until we know what's going on. I'm curious as well, because if he's putting this piece of music together, what was his inspiration? Also, it may be worth grabbing the music sheets written already.
Right.
If they're dangerous or something along those lines, it may be worth grabbing those.
You think maybe the missing sheets have, say, some sort of musical incantation that would affect people when they hear it? Is that what you're thinking?
Potentially. I think I have an idea about the music. There's these things that make music if you're turning a crank, and they have like these pins on wheels, right?
Like music.
Could you not make the sheet music to one of those wheels without us needing to involve anyone that could listen or had to play that?
I do have a question, though, Keeper.
Are you proposing that you want to try and turn this music into sort of organ grinder?
Yes.
You don't know whether that would be possible. You know that would require someone with a better understanding of music and
I mean, that's why I'm
call them an organ
proposing it.
grinder, but that's the organ grinder is the person who uses the whatever these things are.
Yes. I don't think what it's called. It's like a music box.
Yeah.
The ground organ.
Some sort of music organ. But I do have a question, Keeper. With my knowledge of
barrel organ. That's what you call it.
Would it be possible to come up... Look, considering I've got like an extreme success on that music, or although I can't understand it, would it be possible to, knowing that paintings can affect people's sanity, can music do it as well?
You can presume that, yes.
Do I need to do a roll, or
you will not get any more information out of a roll than
just a guess along those lines?
This is
I mean, assuming that voices and talking can do that, seeing can do that, hearing should probably also be able to do that.
We could always, if we get the sheet music anyway, we could always, if we find someone who's skilled with the piano, to play a little bit of it.
I mean, if we find one of those organ makers, we would have the giant benefit of them not knowing what they make.
True.
You know.
But anyway, what should we do next? We could always have a look at the what do they call themselves?
The artist's
mind or something.
Let's go. We can check out there.
Or should we go and grab the papers and that first before we go there? That might be an idea, actually.
Yeah, the quicker those are, secured, the better.
Yeah, we'll get those, and we'll put the statue somewhere as well. And
time of day is it?
Mid-afternoon by now.
So give us time.
You want to go back to Charles's apartment?
Yes.
To get the music?
To get the music, have a look if there's any secret compartments or anything like that we may have overlooked.
Okay. Could you give me a group look roll as you head back to the apartment the second time?
Okay, let me see.
Make your way back in through the main door, and...
I'll probably be my luck then.
18?
15?
34.
I have not the most luck.
Make your way back up the stairs to Charles's room without incident.
That's good.
Yeah,
Our luck will run out soon now.
Yeah, you find yourself back in the room once more.
So just we'll grab the sheet music and have a look.
I'll go take a look around for secret compartments.
Yeah. The sort of place like
give me a spot hidden roll, Maxim, please. As you go back in this room, Maximilian, you're hit with a sudden sense of deja vu. You really feel like you've been here before. Your memories from earlier... Wait, you have been here before. You were here this morning.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah.
It was odd.
But yeah, as you search around, your hands sort of moving over looking over the piano, moving around the room, over to the desk, shuffling around papers in the desk, you find there is a letter tucked away at the back of the desk that seemed to have evaded prior discovery. And you look over this letter. You see it has a return address in Soho, and it appears to be addressed to Mr. Gladstone. It says, "To the gentle Mr. Gladstone, I write this letter with the intention of introducing myself and in regard to our collaboration together. My name is Daniel Ridley, and I am a reasonably accomplished composer in my own right. Chillingworth speaks very highly of you and your work, but has felt somewhat concerned about your well-being. He hopes that I can help you to finish the score to his play, Loki's Gift, within the next few weeks. Though I am reluctant to interfere with any artist's creation, Chillingworth assures me that I am only to assist you in completing your task. I look forward to meeting you in person and hope that together we can fully realise your vision. Yours, Daniel Ridley."
Okay. I'm gonna read that out loud.
I included the text in Discord.
Well, that's interesting. So he wasn't working alone.
Yeah, the return address is on Knoll Street in Soho. Noel Street, I think.
Perhaps we should check this Daniel out before we go to the artist's mind.
I agree.
But having said that, shall we drop off the the paperwork? Well, to be fair, we could probably keep it on our persons for now. I mean, we've probably got jackets on. It's winter. We'll have quite large enough pockets in these coats to put the papers in.
Probably no issue, yeah.
So yeah, let's check his Daniel out.
Okay, so you're heading over to the address in Soho.
Yes. Is it different from the Artist's Mind place?
It is different. It's not too far away. It would only be a few minutes walk from this place to the Artist's Mind to Tillingworth Studio. But yeah, you make your way over. You can see it is quite a run-down terrace house. This is quite a step down from Charles's apartment. It is you can see the address you were given was number 17. You can see it's the door has two little plaques next to it. It says 17A and 17B.
Gonna check the return address again. Which one was it?
17A.
All right. And then let's go up there, right?
Okay. The front door is locked.
Just gonna go knock.
You knock on the door, and you hear a pause. There's a pause. You hear some rustling around. You go, "Who's there?"
My name's Maximilian Johnson. I'd like to talk about a mutual friend of ours.
Who? The door opens. And this rather scruffy, tough-looking guy opens the door.
Are you Mr. And I'm gonna try to remember the name.
And you're Ridley?
Oh, he's upstairs.
Oh yeah, good. Thanks a lot.
Front door.
Huh? Again? What?
Shared front door. I'm the downstairs.
Shared front door. Ah, I see.
Yeah, going up the stairs.
Thank you.
And he
turning to the left and go the stairs up.
You can hear music coming down the stairs. You can hear discordant piano music filtering down from upstairs.
That could be familiar.
So as you
we're gonna go up there and knock on the door.
Okay, as you head up to the upstairs flat, the music gets louder. You can hear it's not very fluid playing. It keeps stopping and starting and sort of going back over the same bit again and again. It's like someone's slightly trying out, sort of fiddling with the melody. You knock on the door?
Yeah.
There's no answer.
Well, I'll try to open the door.
Okay. The door is not locked. As you push open the door, the music is louder now. You can hear someone very sort of vigorously playing the piano over this piece. I need a sanity roll from John and Mortimer, please.
Not again.
That's a fumble.
Oh no.
That's fine. You both lose 1 point of sanity. As this music just fills your ear, this cacophonous sort of sound. It's somewhat like as you step in, as the door creaks open, you step in to this living room as this music swells around you. It's like you're in a horror film. It's that discordant score of like that sets your nerves. You know when you're watching a horror film
Like
and
nails on a blackboard, sort of.
the music's building, that settling, uneasy feeling. This is it, but you're here, and obviously, John and Mortimer have never seen a horror film, so they're not familiar with this. But that is that feeling, the hairs on the back of your neck standing on end, as this discordant music swells and stops. And you see,
thank God,
at the piano, this slightly sort of shabby looking man. Looking around, you can see this area. There's not much in this room, except for there is a desk, an upright piano with this person's sat at, not a grand piano. This is just an upright. In fact, it almost resembles a much more down market version of Charles Gladstone's rooms. There's a door to a bedroom. There's a room with a desk, a piano, and not so much else. But yeah, he's this rather shabbily dressed man who doesn't look like he's slept much recently.
Daniel?
Yeah.
Mr. Ridley?
Yes.
Are you okay? You don't look that well at the moment.
I'm a bit busy. Did you just walk in?
Oh, we did knock.
We did knock.
Oh, I didn't hear you.
Music was a bit loud, but we're friends of Charles Gladstone.
The other musician fellow. Yes.
Yes, I think he'd been working on some piece and you were helping him with it.
Yeah, I sent him a letter. He never got back to me.
So you never actually met?
No. We were supposed to be working together on the composition, but
That's weird.
Is he a big man?
Pardon?
Is Daniel a big man?
No. He's a rather scrawny little fella. You can give me a spot hidden on his hands if you'd like.
I'm going to do a psychology roll.
Yeah, you can give me a
I want to
psychology
see
roll.
if he's sane. No, I can't tell. All right.
His hands, I mean, he's got very long fingers. Good pianist hands, good spread. Yeah, you're kind of hanging up like, maybe he's got the strength to break someone's neck. But he doesn't look like a practiced killer. Maybe in desperation.
So are you working on this? Are you working on the same piece?
Yes. So the Ernest brought over the sheets of that Charles had written so far. He wanted two of us working on it. We worried we wouldn't have enough time. He wanted to bring up the schedule.
Is there like a deadline or something? I was told he's writing this theatre piece.
Well, yes. Well, I wrote it 2 weeks back. I wrote to Charles. No, week and a half ago. Some time ago. And yes, there's a theatre play. It wasn't supposed to be till the end of next month. But Ernest delayed it till the first week of February. No, wait. Oh no, it was meant to be the end of this month, and he's delayed it till the first week of February. Potentially. Although he'd like to get it done sooner. In fact, he just wants the score finished. We just need to finish the score.
How close are you to finishing it?
I'm nearly there. If you stop distracting me, I'm nearly there. I think I've made a breakthrough.
So, looking around, is there anything in this room that's unusual? I'm assuming he's got the sheets of music in front of him.
There is sheet music scattered everywhere.
Does it look the same sort of stuff as?
Make me a hard education roll. Let's put Mortimer's music reading to the test again.
I'm wondering about the handwriting as well.
Yeah.
Just success.
You don't know if the music's the same. The handwriting, some of the sheets look the same. A lot of the sheets don't. A lot of them are scrawled in this different hand.
So this is...
That's it.
Hmm.
No, that's already been done.
Well, while they're talking, I would like to, scan the room for anything that looks odd.
This place looks a mess. Make me a psychology roll, Maximilian, actually, or a spot hidden.
Spot hidden?
Your choice of spot hidden or psychology. There can be different things here.
I mean,
in fact, did any? No.
That's not big of a. I mean, the spot hidden would be a success.
Spot hidden. All you can see amongst this mess is that Ridley keeps shooting a glance at you. You don't know what it means, but he keeps looking your direction.
Looks at me.
Yes.
I see. Let's hope for the best if we trying to discern the gaze that he sends my way. Would be a psychology roll, right?
Yes, that would be psychology.
There's a chance that fails.
No, you can't really read what's in it, but he just keeps looking your way. In terms of the room itself, as I said, there's music everywhere, but other than that, there's nothing that looks particularly of note or out of place.
Well, I'll just, look around and look bored.
Yeah, I'm guessing the easiest way to contact Ernest Chillingworth is to see this artist's mind, or whatever it's called.
Yeah. The door's always open.
That's good.
Seeing this artist's mind. That sounds odd.
It does. Sure you didn't want a hand with these being tidied up, these sheets?
No, don't touch them.
You've got them exactly how you want them?
Yes. I need them. I put them there for a reason. Then it's not mess. It's order. It's
organised chaos.
Yeah. Chaos. That's the trick. Chaos, but order woven out of the chaos, like the dream.
Entropy. What?
Entropy. What does that word mean?
I don't know. I just heard it somewhere.
I never was much good at the sciences. Don't actually know when the phrase entropy was invented. I think.
So it's the end of this month you need to get this piece finished by?
Yeah, entropy has been invented, but it's not exactly a widely... Well, not invented. Named. Defined. Yes, end of this week. Ernest wants it as soon as possible.
The end of this week? Oh, actually, yeah, it is close to the end of the month, actually.
Yeah. This is like no distractions.
Well, I think we should then stop distracting you and leave you to it, right?
Oh, you're still here?
I mean, yeah.
Why are you still here? Go.
Bye.
All right.
Okay, we'll probably exit.
He returns to his piano. You can already hear, if you make your way downstairs, you can already hear the discordant music swelling again.
I was almost tempted to take one of those sheets. Or maybe a couple of them, but unfortunately, I'm not a very good thief. It would have been quite easy to accidentally spill something all over the sheet. So we know... so he said he hadn't actually met with Charles. But Chillingworth provided him the sheet music, so he collected the sheets. So it's looking increasingly as if perhaps Charles had been working on this piece. Perhaps it made him uncomfortable in some manner. And he was either finishing it or But having said that, if I was writing a piece like that and I was extremely uncomfortable with it, wouldn't I just destroy the papers?
Potentially.
Or you might threaten your the person commissioning the thing. Say,
that's true.
I can't work on this anymore. I'm
It's the second person brought in, perhaps.
What we're trying to convince them to stop whatever they're doing. And then that makes them antagonistic, and then makes them a threat. Because they know stuff now.
I'm just thinking we have a number of options. We could deliberately go in and destroy all the paperwork. But I suspect he would be somewhat offended by that. But I don't believe he's the true criminal. He's a victim, more or less.
Nah, it's our artist collector.
Yes, and I remember how I recall him, what paintings he was after. He was trying to buy some paintings. I'm wondering if it was the...
I mean, considering everything, probably.
Yes, the paintings that made people uncomfortable as such. Whether he'd actually purchased any, I cannot remember if he was buying them at the art gallery. I remember there's 3 paintings that were being done as a piece. And someone had commissioned all 3. But it was years ago, I cannot remember. But shall we check out this artist's mind?
So it should be close by, shouldn't it?
Yes, It's only a couple of minutes walk from Ridley's house to Chillingworth's studio, known as the home of the artist's mind, as he calls his little coterie.
So I'm assuming it's like a large townhouse or something.
Yeah, it's this large, so as you make your way closer, you can see this large 3-story townhouse. You can see there's, by now it's getting dark and there's lights on in the windows. You can hear music drifting down from upstairs. You can see there's lights on in all 3 floors. Even perhaps a glimmer of light up in the attic as well, on the 3rd floor.
The music we hear, is it Loki's gift, the score?
No, it's rather lovely music. It's pleasant piano music drifting out. But yeah, you can see on the front there's a three windows on the front. Can probably see through into a front room. You can see there seem to be some people like lounging on sofas, glasses of wines in hand. Seems to be a bit of a soiree on. But there's also a front door.
Yeah, we'll probably we were told the door's always open, so I'll just see if it opens.
Yeah, it's not locked.
Sure, we'll enter.
Yeah, just walk in.
Yep.
Yeah, you can see ahead of you a hallway stretches most of the length of the ground floor. You can hear, as I said, a chatter of voices from on your right, where there seems to be a front sort of sitting room area. To your left, a staircase leads upstairs. And further down the hall ahead of you, you can see there are a couple more doorways, more entrances. So you can hear piano music coming from the room to your right.
I think the music is probably the best way to go.
I mean, this sounds like normal music. I don't think that might be where it's leading us, right?
But they'd probably be familiar with another piano player.
Fair.
You're sticking your head in the into the front room.
Yes.
Yeah, you can see there is a young woman playing the piano. There are two women and a man sort of sat on, two on a sofa and one on a chaise-longue, glasses in hand, sort of drinking. And one of the young men one of the women looks in your direction as you enter, sort of nods slightly, doesn't seem to be particularly surprised by the fact you've just wandered in here. Nor is she particularly alarmed.
No. Just nod at them, and do they look particularly well dressed, or do they appear to be artists rather than...
They don't look badly dressed. They also don't look as sort of neat and pristinely dressed as the people that would be at your sister's parties. These look slightly disreputable. There's a definite aura of bohemian laxness in this establishment. The woman who's looked your direction, her hair is hanging long and loose. Yeah, we look your direction.
Just sort of, she's quite good.
She is, isn't she? The man next to the woman has sort of a pipe in his, and he sort of looks in your direction. Do we know you?
Probably not. Have you heard Charles Gladstone play?
Charles, yes. I don't think is Charles here. Has anyone seen Charles? I thought Charles was dead.
I've heard he's... I hope not, but...
Oh, I hope not. He's a very good pianist.
Not heard from him in a number of weeks, but I'd heard he was a very talented piano player.
Yes. Yeah, very good. Not seen him here tonight.
No.
I swear he's dead. I saw it in the Gazette.
Have you seen...
must be some other Charles.
Have you seen Daniel Ridley anywhere?
Ridley?
Another piano artist as such.
Looks over to the woman at the piano. Cynthia, do you know Ridley? She stopped. Scruffy, twitchy fellow?
That's the one.
Yeah. No, I've not seen him here tonight.
Was he any good, or...?
He's good, yes.
Is Ernest about?
Upstairs somewhere. They sort of point upwards.
Yeah. Oh well, we'll better leave you to it and see if we can find Ernest.
Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
You kind of nod vaguely in your direction.
And just wander out of the room, I guess.
Yeah.
Why do you think the girl smoked?
Pardon? I didn't quite catch
What do you think the girl smoked? She seemed a bit out of sorts, to be honest.
True. Who knows with these people? They could be something they're drinking, or... Colourful individuals. Colourful and windswept is a good way to describe them.
So, are you heading further in? Further up?
Is the stairway close to the door?
Yes, the stairway is right next to the door. Heads up to the next floor.
Well, should we go directly to Ernest?
Yep.
Yeah, as you head upstairs, you can hear more voices sort of talking and laughing up here. You can also smell, the musky smoke smell that you got to whiff off downstairs is stronger up here. There's definitely, there's tobacco smoke, but there's a sort of sweeter, headier smoke in the air as well. I don't know how well any three of you gentlemen are acquainted with the smell of an opium den.
I was thinking that was...
Definitely, yes, if any of you have spent any time in those sort of establishments.
No, but there was one which was the centre of an investigation for some time, wasn't it? I don't know.
Yes.
Not that I actually went in.
No. but Mortimer was probably... I mean, you've encountered opium more in its form of laudanum than in the smoked form. Yeah.
Max probably during his travels. Asia.
And John probably in the library. It's always in use there.
Yeah, students,
Smoking in the library? That's a hanging offence, is it not?
It is. But they hang outside the door,
It's just there's like the air intakes. There's just like a pipe ball. It's just blowing through the entire thing.
Speeds up reading.
But yeah, as you make your way upstairs, up into the hall, you can hear more voices of people talking in several of the rooms off to the side of here. You can stick your head in one of the doors, or you can head those staircase heads further up to the next floor beyond.
I think probably up, but I'm going to try and listen to see if I can hear Ernest Chillingworth's name mentioned at all.
Yeah, you want to step closer to the door. The door's not closed, it sort of stands ajar. You can see through into a couple of the rooms. You can see in the nearest room, seems to be some kind of art class, some painting going on. You can see there's a group of sort of 3 artists with easels gathered around a nude male model standing in the middle of the room. The room a bit further up, you can see there seems to be some dancing going on. This is either a house of art or a hive of inequity, depending on your opinion.
Somewhere in between.
Yes.
I think we probably need to head further up. I don't think Ernest Chillingworth's going to be any of these.
Yeah, you head further up the staircase, and this floor it's a lot quieter up here. You head up to this floor. There's not really any much chatter of voices up here. It seems quieter and emptier. And in fact, the first couple of doors you see here, like the nearest one to the top of the stairs, is actually closed. But the second door stands open a crack, and you can see a glimmer of light shining through. It's quieter up here.
Can we hear anything up here?
No, there doesn't seem to be anyone talking up here. No chatter of voices. That's all downstairs. It's quiet.
The door that's slightly ajar. Then I'll knock on. I think.
Come in.
Just walk in.
And as you walk in, this looks to be an office, rather large and well appointed office, and with the windows sort of overlooking the street. There's bookshelves all around the walls. There's paintings. There's a couple of sculptures standing on the shelves. Very sort of classical inspired. Lots of diaphanous sculptures with diaphanous fabric and very few clothes.
Are any of them similar to the one that...
Yes, they're similar, very much similar in style to that one, although larger and less disconcerting.
That's good. I'm assuming the gentleman here, does he look familiar to me?
Yes, you recognise this man. He's a handsome young man, sort of wavy light brown hair, sort of eyes that seem to sort of glitter with sort of,
devilish gleam.
Yeah, a little gleam in his eyes. He's dressed sort of expensively but slightly rakishly, like, collar slightly undone. There's an element of it's almost deliberate dishevelment. Well,
Chillingworth.
Ah,
Haven't seen you in some time.
And the gentleman of the society. Yes, I've not seen you around. Take a seat. Can I get you something to drink?
Ooh, what would you suggest?
Oh, I have a lovely 30-year-old tawny port, if you're much of a port drinker. Or a Speyside whiskey, if that's more your tipple.
Oh, I think I'd go for the whiskey. It sounds interesting.
Yes?
Yeah, let's just drink all the same. It's easier that way.
Whiskey or port? well, I knew you were a risky fella, Max.
He is.
Take a
I
bit.
just needed another excuse. It's fine.
And you, Mr. Greaves?
Oh, I'll have a drop of the port.
You are Mr. Greaves, aren't you? Yes.
I am
I don't
indeed.
think we've ever been. I don't think we've actually met. Sorry, I've heard a lot about you.
Good to meet you.
Fierce battle librarian.
Oh my reputation precedes me.
It does, and the good doctor, of course. Yes.
Well, didn't think we'd bump into you today, but
No,
yeah.
neither did I. Yeah.
But,
So what brings you to my
well,
road?
art, strangely enough.
Well, what finer pursuit is there than art?
Exactly. I mean, Charles Gladstone, some piece of music he'd been working on was a bit unusual.
Oh yes, poor Gladstone. Yes.
We'd heard bits of it and pieces of it, but didn't seem complete.
Yes, yeah, he's working on something. We're putting a bit of a play, you see. It's not quite ready yet. Not ready yet.
But the play's written, ready.
Yeah. Got all written and ready to go.
Have you got a leading lady in mind? Perhaps
One in mind,
Margaret?
but I've
Not Margaret, by any chance, Margaret?
no. She turned down the role, sadly. I think.
She would have been perfect for it as well.
Indeed, but I know plenty of actresses who would be happy to step onto the stage and take their part.
So, Loki's Gift is the name of his play.
Yes, it's
Is
sort
it?
of a yes, sorry.
I was just going to ask, is it tied in then with Norse mythology or something along those lines? Or...
Not directly. It's more it's conceptual. It's a thinking piece. It's about the nature of reality and deceit and
Chaos?
a sort of slightly fourth wall breaking endeavor on. It's hard exactly to describe. It doesn't so much have a plot in the traditional sense. It's more an exploration of the medium of theatre
It's more
and
a
what it
feeling.
means and the impact it holds. Yes.
More a feeling of stuff.
Yes,
But,
about feeling and the emotion which theatre and art can evoke in the
So,
viewer.
which theatre was this going to be shown at?
Well, we're still working on the venue.
But Daniel's almost finished his work on the music.
We think we should get it in at the Green Theatre, in Piccadilly, on Shaftesbury Avenue. But
Sounds good.
just got to do a little finagling with the owners. Make sure that we have it booked out for long enough. I'm hoping it will be quite a sensation.
So, is it a number of shows or a one-off show?
Well, we've not done the dress rehearsal yet. I'm hoping to run it for a week to start with, and then we will see from there. It might be that London's not quite ready for this yet. You know.
If it's not London, do you think Paris or something?
Maybe. But I'd need to translate it into French, and
I mean, if you're
My
playing
French is not
something that
so-
is conceptual and weird, then you on the countryside, you're not going to be having a lot of luck with that, right?
maybe Paris. Yes, maybe they're ready for it, or Vienna, or somewhere. We shall see. Maybe London.
Sounds interesting. I want to do a psychology role of this guy as well.
Yeah, give me a
It's,
psychology role.
I just don't trust him. That's another fail, a massive fail, in fact. So, I'm just wondering about. It'd be quite interesting to listen to one of these rehearsals potentially.
Well, look, if I get the Green Theatre all sorted for the dress rehearsal, you're welcome to come along.
In fact, just send word to the London Esoteric Society or an invite there, and it'd be interesting. We'll definitely Go and see. Listen.
Yes, I will send you an invite over.
We've heard some of the piece of music by Daniel he's been putting together. He's almost finished it now.
Oh, good. Is it sounding good?
It's confusing. It's sort of music that stays in your mind long after it's finished. If that makes sense.
That's
I was just
good.
wondering on the
Catchy.
inspiration. Yes, certainly. I was wondering on the inspiration of this music.
Dreams. It's all about dreams. The entire play is about dreams. Because dreams sort of thread that line between reality and...
Like a waking dream.
Yes, that's what I want to get from this play. It's a sensation of a waking dream. That you, the audience, reach the end. It's that you have not just watched it, but experienced it and been part of this dream. And that's why the music's so important. Because the music needs to sort of bring people in and put them as though they themselves were standing upon the stage.
Sounds complicated.
Yes.
Must be a lot of work going into this.
Yeah, there is. It's a rather a passion project. Yeah. But
It sounds interesting all the same. Well, have to check it out, I guess.
yes, and no, I'm surprised it took you this long to come and inquire. Have you been holding back on your friends, Max? Not telling them about it?
No, I might have just. I've been busy. You know how it is.
Yeah, I know. I mean, yeah,
He's-
yes.
He's had a lot in his mind lately.
Yes, that's to be sure. Yes, but
You were at the ball last month, weren't you?
was I?
I don't remember. I think.
I don't recall. If I was, I had rather a lot to drink. I don't actually remember if I was there or not.
This, you might not have been the only one.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Well, I look forward to. Will you be at the club this evening?
I intend to. I think, depending on if we make it in time.
Well, I'll see you there, maybe, or maybe not. There seems to be quite the party going on downstairs. I might go and see what's going on.
They're definitely having fun.
Oh, well, you gentlemen are of course welcome to stay.
Well, there's certainly some interesting pieces of art going on here.
Certainly are.
Yeah, it's a house of creation.
But if I'm staying, who's going to tell all the stories? You
Oh,
know?
you can tell the stories here. I can poach you from Theodore. Hey,
I can't recommend that.
your stories are art in themselves.
he might take something like that personally.
Quite possibly. But well, gentlemen.
Yeah, we should leave you to it. Thank you for the drink.
Yes, thank you.
Max, do you mind staying about? Do you want to run over with your happy with the arrangements for the Green Theatre?
Sure.
Yes.
All right then.
I'll stay over. I don't mind.
And so Max stays the other two. What are you doing?
I'm assuming we'll just head to the society, probably, to reconvene.
Okay, so you're heading directly out.
We actually haven't said that. No, we should wait for Max. We'll wait downstairs somewhere.
Okay.
I think. Then, if it seems to be some time, then we'll leave. But
Okay, so you head downstairs just to wait for Max.
yes,
Max, you see, Killingworth sort of flipping through the drawer, and he pulls out some papers. And goes, so yeah, we have the booking for the week for the Green Theatre and Shaftesbury Avenue, as I said. Do you think that's long enough? Do you think that's long enough? A week's run to begin with?
I mean, probably. I don't think theaters on something. It's not like you have a reputation of stuff that you've put out, right?
This is my first look.
Exactly.
I wouldn't be doing a play if you hadn't suggested it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm assuming a week should be fine.
Yes.
I
Well,
mean, especially because they need to, it's going to be expensive to get more because they don't have like a reputation of yours to.
Yeah. And you're happy with the script?
I'm not.
I mean, it's been a lot to put together in a month.
Yeah. I assume so. Yeah. I think if there was any problems, I would remember. Right.
I hope so. Yes.
The old noodle's getting a little loose with age.
Yes. Well. Hopefully the music can come through, and then
It
all
sounded
will be
good.
revealed at the dress rehearsal.
It sounded good. What I've heard with what's his name? We were visiting him earlier before we came here. It sounded alright. It was like pompous and loud, and you felt it. It was good.
Good. It's what we're after. And yes, well, we shall take London by storm. You are in joint endeavour, Mr. Johnson.
I will drink with him.
Right. Well, I had best make sure that no one's stolen all the silverware again. I'll leave you to go find your friends.
They'll be fine.
So, unless there's anything else you wish to discuss with Mr. Chillingworth?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Right.
You want to head downstairs and reconvene with the others, or?
Yeah, I think I'll reconvene with the others and then go to the Pacific Club.
Okay, so you head downstairs to meet the others who were just waiting. It's not been long. You've not had to wait more than a few minutes for Max to come downstairs.
So was he one of the Pacific Club's gentlemen?
Yeah. He was in the Pacific Club a couple of times.
Ah, that explains it.
But yeah, let's go and get back to the society. Put all the stuff where it's safe.
Yeah, definitely.
And it can't be easily absconded with. And then I'll go and do my thing at the Pacific Club. And afterwards, we can go to the theater. How late are they playing?
I mean, it essentially it's either or. Either you're going to the theatre now, or you're going to the Pacific Club.
I'll go to the theater. I'm at the Pacific Club every evening anyway.
Ah, okay. Because if you're playing tonight but not tomorrow, we could go to the theater tomorrow. But
I mean, the Pacific Club is open basically every evening, right? So it does not matter one way or the other. So let's just do it this evening.
Okay, so you head over to the Gaiety Theatre in Aldwych to see The Shop Girl, a musical comedy about the love life of Betsy the Shop Girl. It is, well, I'll leave it up to you to decide whether it's the sort of humour your characters would find amusing, whether it's to your taste, as to whether this is an enjoyable evening or just terrible tedium. I don't know.
Somewhere in between.
Romantic musical comedy? Is that something that would appeal to each of you?
It's something different from esoteric horrors.
Yeah,
Definitely, yeah.
If it was dark humor, that would make it even better. But
this is it's verging on slapstick in places.
Okay.
But it is an enjoyable evening if you like that sort of thing, and it's late by the time the curtain falls over the stage. Well, probably about 10 o'clock, 11, or somewhere between 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock in the evening. So if you want to go on and spend the late evening through the early hours at the Pacific Club, you could, or you could head home for a night's sleep.
I think I'll go by and, say hi, maybe have a couple of drinks, but not for long.
Okay, you're heading over to the club. Mortimer and John, do you have anywhere you wish to go?
Probably head back to the society just to discuss a few things and sort out what we're doing with the papers.
Okay.
Yeah, but before we do that, I'd just, if we can, get the attention of Margaret, just to see her, if she's changed, her attitude's a bit different, changed, the same, now that she's not under the influence of that statue.
Hello, gentlemen.
Hello.
Good
You
evening.
saw it then. Did you enjoy it?
Yes. It was a good
Definitely.
evening.
Ah, well, we're running, as I said, for the rest of the month, and then I'm hoping to get into something a little more serious when spring comes around.
Well,
Well, we met that Ernest Chillingworth. He's a bit of a strange one.
Yes, very... a lot.
Yes.
Yes.
Comes across quite charming, but
Well, I've met many of his sort in show business.
a lot of them it's face.
Yes. But, yeah, he thinks a great deal of himself and his endeavours. But
I got that impression as well.
I myself, I think they'd get a lot more art done if they drank half as much or smoked half as much. But maybe that's my Methodist upbringing speaking through me.
I think they think it gives them more creativity, but
Yes. You wouldn't believe how many people think like that. It soon gets beaten out of them onto the stage boards. Most directors have little truck with actresses falling over drunk into the orchestra pit.
Yeah, that probably doesn't help.
No.
But you gave a great performance tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Very kind, gentlemen. And I enjoy the rest of your evening.
And you too? Shouldn't keep you
Yes.
too long.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Her demeanour seemed pretty much the same, I believe, as when you met her earlier.
Okay. All right then. Well, Mortimer, back to
Society?
Okay, you head back to the society. Is there anything you actually do wish to discuss that does require discussion? Or is this essentially off-page discussion of paperwork and day-to-day things?
Max has gone back to the club, hasn't he?
Yes, Max is not with you.
So it's just Mortimer and John.
Yes.
Now we can do some real plotting. No, but
when we get back, has Catherine made any more communications or left a note or mail?
No notes. They, Mr. Graves now.
Well, we could write together what it does look like murder. That much is clear. We can relay information, and perhaps, well, we could give her the information we found about the sergeant who's investigating it as well. But we need to speak with him before we put a formal thing into Catherine about this, because there may be a reason why he's kept it quiet. But
do we want to risk talking to him about it, or should we let that go?
Oh, another day, definitely another day. I mean, it's getting late now. I do have concerns, though, of this play.
The Loki's gift play?
Yeah.
Well, where did he say they were going to engage to have it performed?
The Green Theatre or something along those lines. But,
who would be likely to go? Who's in that area that would be likely to go?
I'm sure we could find out who's invited easily enough. But it just does seem rather strange. Personally, I think we need to disrupt it in some fashion and prevent it from going ahead. But if we do, then I suspect we're just delaying it. I do have an idea which may or may not work.
What's that?
If we were to replace the sheet music somehow with something similar,
Mm-hmm.
but not the finished piece.
We can change a few notes here and there to.
If we were musically talented, we could do that.
I certainly am not.
No, but we could probably find someone who is, and we could probably adjust it enough to
Change the key, maybe.
to make it not have the desired effect.
Right.
And somehow switch it before the rehearsal.
Oh, but then Ernest would be most likely in attendance, so he would know instantly that it wasn't going to his plan.
If he had heard it before. So that's the thing. I do believe it's going to be a bad idea for this piece of music to be played, and we probably need to disrupt it. But if we to disrupt it now as such, Daniel would just spend more time writing it, and it'd be finished either way.
Is there any way we just cause a disruption at the performance?
That's what I was thinking. Change it somehow. We've got time anyway. We've got some time. We could disrupt the performance, or we could switch the music at some point before it goes live. But I am worried. It seems he didn't. I think he was interested in the paintings that drove people insane.
I don't. I mean, I think I remember reading something about that in the.
But I think it was Shipley's paintings he was interested in. But I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, it was just a bit before my time.
But then again, it's been an interesting day, and we should probably call it a night soon.
Yeah. So as you prepare to turn in for the night, Maximilian, you headed over to the Pacific Club. You tell your stories. As you make your way inside, Theodore Holcomb, the owner of the club, sort of catches your attention. Ah, Maximilian, you're looking better than when I saw you last. You feeling all right now?
I think so.
Good.
At some point, age just kind of hits you.
Yes, age. Yes. Gives you a sort of disconcerted look.
What? Was I in a very sorry state last time? I might have drank too much.
You said some strange things, but I'm sure you maybe just had a little too much to drink.
Yeah, probably. I mean, right now. I'm looking fine to you, right?
Yes, you seem
good.
You seem more yourself than you have a lot of time recently.
Yeah, it's been a rough couple of months.
Yes. Well, I'll leave you to it this evening. I'm just glad you're feeling more yourself. Glad you're feeling better.
Yeah, thank you. I'm sorry for making you worry. I wasn't intending to cause any issues. And I'll go and do my things. And
yeah, you settle in to tell your stories. You begin telling your tales, and then the club, the chatter, the sound of drinks clinking, people talking, fades away, slowly unraveling into darkness. And it's almost like you blink, and you come to standing outside a theatre somewhere in Piccadilly. It's the early hours of the morning, and the night is bitterly cold. And you do not recall how you came to be here. The last thing you remember, you were in the Pacific Club. But from the time on the clock over there, that was hours ago. You don't know where you've been in between.
Thing is this, considering that was asked earlier, has this happened before?
This has been happening with increasing frequency for the last month. Ever since you came back from the other side, ever since you were laid upon the black altar, whole portions of your life are gone.
I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to a PI. And I'm gonna have them shadow me.
At this hour in the morning?
This hour in the morning, no. But I might just write like a little letter. Just drop it in their little.
I mean, you do know a private investigator.
You're right. I can just ask. You can just ask Morgan, right?
Yes.
You can just ask Morgan. I'm gonna ask him. But he's involved.
Yes.
Nah, I'd rather have somebody who isn't. Give me some fresh eyes on that.
So you're going to try and write a letter to a PI.
To a PI and have him just shadow me, just write down what I'm doing.
Okay, so you go home, sit down to write this letter. I need you to give me a power roll, please.
Yeah. That's gonna be easy, right? I'm really good at those. Oh.
It's...
Do you need those 3? I'm gonna give them to you.
You might need those 3, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you
a little roll on behalf of somebody else.
3 points of luck.
It feels like a struggle. Like you start to write and your hand starts to slip and slide down the page, and it takes all of your mental concentration to force it to write out this letter. Like, by the time you reach the bottom of the page, the nib of your quill is bent. You've had to press it into the page with enough force to try and hold your hand steady to get this letter written, to write those words down, to ask someone to follow you, to tell you what you have been doing. You could tell something within you did not want you to write this letter.
Oh, I need to get this gone. Or I'm thinking I'm hard on the. I need to get this letter out here. I need to get this over to the PI. And it needs to happen now because if I lose control, might burn it. So I'm gonna shove this into somebody's mailbox.
Just put it in a post box.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you hurry out into the night, but now it's the first light. It's winter, dawn's a long way off, but it's now gone beyond night and it's starting to be morning as you hurry out and put this letter in the post box. I'm going to ask for one more power roll to see if you can make this. See if you can do this. You head down the steps, letter in your hand, intent to post it, to get eyes on you, and time disappears. The world slides away from you. The letter is gone from your hand, and it's morning now. The sun has come up, and you're standing on the front steps of the Esoteric Society. And that is going to be where we finish for today.